Okay, so in the future, we're all gonna be unemployed because this shit is crazy. My name is Chidozie Quincy, and over the past year, I've been working on my debut film project, Quarter Life, which is a web series that explores a queer Black first-generation experience. As someone whose visual ideas often surpasses their skill set in terms of, say, drawing, I've been looking for effective storyboarding tools to convey my ideas to potential directors, producers, investors, and other parties without breaking the bank. Enter AI. In a previous video, I mentioned how I started tinkering with DALL 2, which is an open-source AI tool for generating photorealistic art. And the more I play with it, the more I realize that this thing is a madness. Basically, you type in an idea for anything you can imagine, and DALL scours the internet for references, does whatever magic is programmed into it, and then produces a brand new piece of art. After about a month of getting used to the program, I decided to take my script and feed DALL descriptions of the scenes. It wasn't too long before I discovered just how useful this tool can be. I described in detail what was going on in each scene, and I received some pretty amazing results. This text prompt read, "A dark-skinned Black woman with box braids and a patterned summer dress laughs at a story being told by an embarrassed dark-skinned Black man in a yellow printed shirt while sitting on a couch behind a table that is covered with solo cups, shot glasses, and empty bottles of liquor in the living room of a well-decorated, well-lit, plant-filled Brooklyn apartment on a summer day." This is insane. Now, it's not exactly the perspective that I was looking for, but it's fine by me in terms of conveying something that I'd like to capture on screen. Now, the process isn't as smooth as you might think. Each text prompt generates 4, sometimes wildly different images. Often, the images come out extremely far from what you want, but you can refine your input and start all over again, or you can erase parts of the image and let the program fix only those parts. You can even expand your image to include more or less of a scene. This is a great way to add characters to a scene, as I did with this example, where my first inquiry didn't quite generate the number of characters that I wanted. However, it did create an interesting scene with a great perspective. Of course, with any technology, there are limitations, and here are just a few that I picked up on. To start, as far as I know, this workflow presents an inability to get your character design to be consistent across images. There is a character limit for the prompts, and a lot needs to go into the description of each character and environment in order to get something desirable. Even with consistent descriptions for a character in 2 different scenarios, the AI is going to generate slightly different results. Secondly, there are weird phenomena that occur when you describe one character in a scene that features multiple characters. For instance, here, I described our male character as wearing yellow, and the output generated an image where our female character was wearing yellow. Still, it looks pretty good, so I kept it. I did want to be particular about describing the clothes, skin tones, and hairstyles in the scenes without taking up too much real estate in the character limit. Finally, the heteronormative bias really jumped out when trying to generate some of these scenes. So basically, the story includes a male-female friendship and a same-sex male-male romantic love interest. However, when describing people of opposite genders in a scene, the AI was veering towards creating romantic images, whereas when I was describing 2 men in a scene, the AI was shifting more platonic or simply stating that a prompt which included 2 men looking into each other's eyes was against the community guidelines. A bit discouraging, but perhaps evidence that the kind of content I'm trying to create is necessary because the AI doesn't even have it in its pool from which to reference. Anyway, with AI taking over more and more roles in the digital landscape, this begs the question, at what point will AI take over the entire creative process? And where does that leave us, the creatives? I'd love to hear your thoughts, ideas, and comments about what this all means. And if you're interested in this kind of content, be sure to follow along for more. Thank you.